Hello and welcome back. The Dalai Lama is revered as a hero by his people and respected worldwide for his peaceful philosophy. But a number of exiled Tibetan Buddhists living in India no longer believe in his leadership and are accusing him of religious discrimination. At the heart of this dispute lies a Buddhist deity, Shugden, considered a god by some and a demon by others. The Dalai Lama has banned worship of Shugden. In May, 400 monks were thrown out of monasteries because of their religious beliefs, and Shugden worshippers have been shunned by other Tibetan Buddhists.
On the streets of the Tibetan refugee camp of Belakope in southern India, Dalai Tong, a Shugden worshipping Buddhist monk, is no longer welcome. The Dalai Lama has asked the Tibetan community to stop the worship of the 400-year-old deity Shugden. What this means in practice is that Dalai Tong cannot walk into this shop because of his religious beliefs.
I've taken the oath that I won't have anything to do with the Shugden people who are doing bad things for the Tibetan cause. But I won't do anything he says, but he is truth, he's telling the truth. I'm not a person who will just blindly believe someone. I believe someone who's telling the truth. Here, Dalai Lama is always truth.
Oh.
For some, Shugden is an idol that protects you from harm. For the ones who follow the teaching of the Dalai Lama, Shugden is simply a spirit that brings evil.
Please, I say. Otherwise, I'm going to beg your camera. I say, when I'm refusing all these things, why you are taking again and again?
Now, this deity is at the center of the controversy. On the one hand, the Dalai Lama wants to ban it. On the other, there are more than 4 million people across the world who worship Dorje Shugden. According to the Buddhist tradition, the deceased monk came back as a spirit and was deified by the 5th Lama. Ever since, Shugden has been revered as a protector deity. The worship of Shugden is a sensitive issue that's creating tension within the exiled Tibetan community. Last January, the Dalai Lama asked his community to stop the worship of the 400-year-old deity so as to end the divisions.
Any some shout. So, when a Zemson Bang, Traba Pigoya P, Kidu Tangoya, Zemson Mashabas in the Tana de Chungsha, Jesu Yaraya, Mauser, Kanzo Chick Shem at that donor, Nala Watchilson, those no one loved it. Missa was a set, Nedatan was a Nedata, Major was a major chair. Any Kexin share can a time of a Kexin share. Like Jordan, dear.
For May and her family, Shugden remains a protector. Her family have been worshipping the deity for generations. Because they have defied the rule of the Dalai Lama, they have been ostracized from the community.
They have made separate rules for us. They said that no one is supposed to talk to us, and no one is supposed to have any contact with us.
If he's really Buddha, if he's really God, he won't create so much problem, he won't give us so much trouble, he won't, I believe if he's a Buddha, he won't give any problem to one, any human being.
selfish he is doing his own wish.
The decision to ban the worship of Shugden was taken here in Dharamsala. Since 1960, there are 46 MPs working here to decide over the affairs of Tibet and the refugees living here. This is the heart of Tibetan democracy. Did you debate about the Shugden in Parliament?
Yeah, there was no argument. There was no argument. Because if there is some oppositions, then there will be argument. But there's no opposition. We do not have any doubt about Dalai Lama's decisions. We do not take, he is a human being. He is a superhuman being and he is God, you know, he is Avalokiteshwari. So, I mean, he has no interest of himself. He always thinks of others. Everybody is happy. Our system is everybody happy because there is a democratic, fully democratic. Everybody can experience whatever he likes, you know.
So why are Shugden people discriminated from the community? We asked the Prime Minister what he thought about the signs posted outside the shops.
That's true. Who have not dissociate the perpetrating the spirit can not come in this shop. This is very clear. Then why they should go in that shop? That is unfair on their part. A lot of Shugden perpetrators have become terrorists and they are willing to kill anybody. They are willing to beat up anybody. It is very clear that now people who are perpetrating Shugden are very close to PRC leadership. That is clear.
Being linked to the PRC, the People's Republic of China, is the highest act of treason in the eyes of the Tibetan government in exile. No Shugden worshipper has ever been charged or investigated for terrorism, and yet the monks who continue to worship Shugden remain victims of a campaign of name and shame.
What the posters say is that we are related to the Chinese government. We don't have anything to do with China. There is no proof, yet many people are harassing us and threatening us.
Fearing for their lives, these Shugden monks are now living in hiding in a monastery in southern India, where they sought refuge after being told that they must leave their monastery. Now, these monks living here in India have taken the matters into their own hand. They've decided to take the Dalai Lama to court on the ground that he's breaching their freedom of religion. Shugden is on a campaign to gather evidence of religious discrimination.
Why I am here means I am working very hard for religion freedom. I fight for religion freedom, so therefore I am here. There is no chance to religion freedom. Where? No, if you fight for religion freedom to the Tibetan exile government, then automatically they will put your picture in the poster and nobody say, don't talk with them, don't listen for them. So therefore we haven't any chance to tell our truth all over the world.
With the help of the rebel monk Kundalini Rinpoche, they are taking the most famous ex-Shugden practitioner, the Dalai Lama himself, to court.
So there is no democracy. The man Dalai Lama talks about democracy, talks about compassion, talks about dialogue, talks about understanding, talks about a solution. But for us, there is no solution. There is no dialogue. There is no understanding. There is no compassion. Because in his perception, we are not human beings. We are just evil. We are evil and we are agents of the Chinese. That's what it is. It's as simple as that.
From all this, he may have some kind of followers in some NGOs or in some.
With just a few days to go before the Delhi High Court hearing, Kundalini and Shugden meet with their lawyer.
In India, we have a total separation of powers. It is certainly a case of religious discrimination in the sense that if within your sect of religion you say that this particular deity ought not to be worshipped, and those persons who are willing to worship him, you are trying to excommunicate them from the mainstream of Buddhism, then it is a discrimination of worst kind.
No matter what the outcome of the court case, in a country where millions of idols are worshipped, attempting to ban a deity is an uphill battle, one in which many Buddhist monks have lost their faith in the spirit of the Dalai Lama.
Earlier this month, the Dalai Lama's lawyers requested a 3-month extension on the grounds that he was ill. The case will be heard on the 9th of December and we'll definitely keep you updated. That's it for this edition of People and Power. Now, if you'd like to comment on our report or any other matter, we'd love to hear from you on the usual address, aljazeera.net/English. Until next time, goodbye.